and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation life energy coach under the sun. Reason why there's no such coaching program like my coaching program. Reason why is because I've developed it myself during the last 9 years of being a coach, 7 years of YouTube, and now 2 years on YouTube. I tweaked it, I perfected it, and now this is the coaching program that works every single time. It's worth millions of dollars. Let me just tell you this right now. And it works every time if you come prepared to work, if you're completely honest, completely open to new suggestions, and you take my guidance to heart. If you want to be in coaching with me, the two packages available are the signature package and the on the go package. I recommend the signature package. Can I speak? The signature package because this is the intense way of addressing your beliefs. 3 times per week is when we rendezvous. It's very intense. We attack your old beliefs in the ever so gentle way. And we process emotions. We restructure things from the past if need be, meaning revise them. And then and only then do we embark on this journey of manifestation. And I teach you everything about manifestation, magic spells, energy work, remote viewing. I mean, I offer crazy material. This is advanced. And a lot of it you will find in other coaching packages, like the introduction package of Magic and Miracles monthly audios. That's an entry-level coaching package, as well as the video school. So the video school is a one-time deal. 12 videos. They explain everything about my coaching program, but nothing obviously beats being in coaching one-on-one. So I recommend 2 to 3 months in coaching with me. With the signature package, the On The Go package has 7 sessions versus 12. So it's a big difference in my opinion. And also this is a new package, so I don't know right now how many months it would take you to make progress. On average, with the signature package, you have most people make progress within 2 to 3 months. Okay, understand that this is a deep dive. This is unlike anything you've seen anywhere on the internet. I've done my research extensively, and this is why I can speak with confidence in this way. So if you have any questions, please email me, but understand that if you want to be in coaching with me, the time to book is now. You need to pre-book, sign the coaching agreement, and reach out to me with your earliest availability to schedule a session with me. Hold on one second. Excuse me. Your first session with me. So today, hi Ketvi, how are you? Today we have a very important topic. I know a lot of you, hi Anna, are really, and I've been thinking about it last night, they're really focused and zeroed in around your USP. Hold on, let me mention those 2 things actually, I have it in my notes. Before I go on, anybody who wants to send me your review of my coaching or of my channel, I'm still accepting those, by the way. And if you want to be in live with me and tell your story, promote your business, you could do that. But anything you want me to post on my website, you can just email me and I'll literally copy and paste it. So just email me what you want me to make public. I want to respect everybody's privacy, but it would really help me out at the stage of the game of being on YouTube. Outside YouTube, it was word of mouth, my business, but on YouTube, I'm realizing that it would really inspire a lot of people to see that this is actually the real deal. And it's not, fake, like a lot of people, have this bad reputation out there as a coach that do not deliver and don't, make any effort. And I want to inspire others that this is definitely possible for them. So if you have something to share, understand that this is not for me. This is for everybody to see that it's possible, because a lot of people are really kind of maybe even doubting this is possible, or maybe doubting this is possible for them. So your review and your participation is greatly appreciated and will inspire many, many people. All right, the other thing I wanted to mention is I've created a new channel. I'm sure you guys are aware, most of you that is, coaching for coaches. So I've made no secret, I've coached coaches. That channel is, the link is below, and the package on my website is for that purpose. If you want to become a coach, you really, I teach you everything about this business, how to set it up, what to have ready, down to the way to create your YouTube and your website. I hold your hand through the entire process. So I charge a certain amount. It's almost $5,000, but understand this $5,000 is an investment into your business that nobody will share with you the things that I will. And nobody will teach you how to really create a very successful business without mimicking anybody, without borrowing from anybody, by becoming like literally the authentic you. And people who are inclined to helping other people, you have the gift, so you might as well share it. You just need to come ready again and come humble to learn certain things, what to do and what not to do in order to really succeed in this game. Because I have people like send me stuff all the time from other coaches, and it's kind of like looking at the same person over and over again. I want to really help people create their coaching practice that really stands out. That would be nice. Okay. So really, this is what I offer. And the people who have gone on out of my coaching, they really succeeded majorly. So $5,000 when you're making, I don't know, 20, 30, $50,000 a month isn't a lot of money. So I just wanted to say that. If anybody's interested, you can email me. Okay, the topic of today is jumping realities through the portal of love. So this is a really, really important topic, and I know a lot of you are really zoomed in on this idea of bringing back SP. And I want to tell you that the reason I say it's easy, and the reason I say that you should not pay attention to your SP as much as you are right now, even though it's kind of like counterintuitive. I'm talking about SPs quite a bit, but the recipe to success, as I've mentioned in my audio last night, I was recording it at like midnight, is really understanding yourself and your frequency. And work on yourself. That's my dog, sorry. Jake, you're causing a ruckus. And understanding that it's your frequency that will create the version that you want to create, their comeback, the money, the whatever. So it isn't about how am I going to bring back the SP. It's about how am I going to become a better version of myself by vibrating higher and by creating this quite effortlessly so. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is the entire fucking situation. It really pains for me to say this, but a lot of people just want to like put their head in the sand and really pretend like there's nothing wrong. Nothing's wrong going on. I just need to learn this technique. I just need to do this, that, and the other. I just need to watch 300 million videos. I don't know, but at some point it feels to me like you really should arrive to this point where this is madness, okay? To repeat the same behavior over and over again and arriving at no result is the definition of madness. So you really need to understand that it's your frequency that's producing this behavior in your SP, in the lack of money that you have, et cetera, et cetera. So if you're not getting help in this department, then I don't know what the fuck you're doing, quite frankly. So go watch that video, by the way, after this live when you're done watching this, and really dig through one of those reasons why you're not manifesting your SP. But for me, I will, conduct this live from the point of view of myself that has manifested many, many things, and different SPs when I wanted for them to come back. And this is how I did it. So, take it from somebody who's done it already, and then, do with it what you will. So I have quite a bit of a few notes, half a page of them. So the number one thing to understand is that you live on a frequency. Okay, with your beliefs, with your drama, trauma, panorama, right now, you're living on a frequency. So when you're coming in into my coaching and you're telling me the story, that story happened on a frequency. So that's the frequency that's depriving you of seeing your SP a certain way, or of seeing them, period. And you yourself can be the judge right now based on how you feel. You cannot hide from the universe. The way that you feel is equals manifestation. No manifestation is also manifestation. So understand that you're always residing on the frequency, and that frequency will dictate, it has a story that's predestined, what will. So every frequency has a world associated with it. So you can go down to the depths of depression and fear and anxiety, and that has a world. And nothing works out on that frequency, because on that frequency, you'll find more things that to be anxious about. You'll find more things to be upset about. Your SP will be a womanizer and not pay attention to you, because that's how you feel. On the frequency of love, of bliss, of euphoria, it doesn't matter if you cannot feel it for this SP for that moment right now, but feel it about just about anything in your life. So I'm going to tell you really from the perspective of when I had to turn things around on the dime, because I myself also have found, myself in difficult situations at times. And when I really zeroed in on it and focused on it, I was able to literally jump realities. And so when you concentrate, again, it has to be a prepavement. It's always a prepavement. So there's no such thing as like, hoopla, right now I'm going to change realities. You need to get familiar with this frequency. So in other words, like the simplest things, why I always talk about, like go smell the roses, go take a bubble bath, go take a walk, go watch a funny movie, go watch stand-up, etc., etc. All of this to bring up your frequency. So it doesn't matter if you cannot feel a certain way about your SP right now. If you're feeling good in general about other things, this world where you feel like this constantly, that you're tapping into through these, through the tools that you're utilizing, like the bubble bath and the roses and the blah, 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 whatever makes you happy, they're the smallest things. This world will suck you in, and you will experience a diametrically opposed scenario with this SP, with your money, with anything. It's just like on cue, everybody gets the same fucking message. Try it out and see. Okay, this is in essence the message, but like I said, I have many notes. Let me just read this comment real quick. Kyle McDermott. Okay, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Speak on when you lower or heighten your vibration frequency. I'm just talking about this right now. That's funny. Okay, that's wonderful. We're in sync. So you got to understand, it's literally a physical world. A frequency is a physical world. It's like I'm sure you've heard this like a million times over. You're tuning the radio, and on that station, only that fucking song plays. Or similar songs to that, like depressing songs, etc., etc. It's literally, you're kind of like looking at your own vibration in other people and other circumstances and events, and nothing else. If you had a different idea inside your mind to look for things to appreciate, even about your fucking SP who pissed you off, even about the money, if you don't have any money right now, or if you don't have the money that you want, at some point, surely you have, had money, received money, whatever, you know what it's like to receive money, okay? So when you're tuning in to this frequency, like, oh, I remember when I got that money, or I remember I got this money, suddenly it's a different feeling for you about money. It's a different feeling, different expectation, and you start really vibrating in a different way. Oh yeah, I know what it feels like to receive money. And this feeling, everybody, like, I cannot explain this feeling to you in words, but you know what it feels like to get the money. Like, let's just say I give you $1 million right now. you're gonna feel a different way about this whole day. It's going to be a whole new situation. You're going to like, wow, I can take care of this, that, any other. Right? So you know what it feels like, but that on that frequency that you just tapped into without knowing, like when I said $1,000,000, what does it feel like to you? That's a world. That's a world. And if you tap into it over and over and over again, like I said, you're always preparing. Guess what? $1,000,000 would show up. And like I said, if you didn't want to work for it in my last video, you don't have to. I just, go on the assumption that you want to do something in life. I think it's pretty boring not to work, but, different people, different lives. Maybe you're retired, maybe whatever, you're taking a break between your ventures, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. If you don't want to work for it, that's fine. But I understand there's always, always these seeds that are planted in your reality that have the opportunity to open up a whole new world. In other words, if you're sitting and crying about your SP, I understand that you really miss them and you really want to see them and blah, 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 whatever happened. But you continuing to react to what you yourself created on that frequency by joining that frequency is literally time wasted you'll never get back. And I'm only going on the assumption that you want your shit like yesterday. So the more you are on the frequency, genuinely so, on the frequency of love, love for your SP, love for the times you've spent with them, love for the way they look, love for the way that they talk to you when they did, in a nice way, and not really paying attention so much to the stuff that really irritates you, you will just naturally open up the door to this frequency where only these things happen to you, or for the majority of the time. And so paying attention to what you really love throughout your day, okay? I don't care how small it is, okay? There's somebody, let's just say, let you drive first or let you cross the street. And that was such a nice thing because you were in a rush to a meeting and because of this person, you made it on time. Be grateful for that. If, you're able to tune into this live and learn everything that you need to learn to bring your SP on the surface level, that is. In coaching, obviously, it's a different situation. Be grateful for that. Be grateful for the sun. Be grateful for the skies. Be grateful for the moon. Be grateful for your pets. Be grateful for the food in your fridge. Be grateful for the roof over your head. Like all of these things that you people take for granted, not for nothing. Some of you are really, the gratitude needs to kind of like level up, okay? You really need to live and breathe this reality before it ever shows its head in your life, okay? You're opening the door by saying, I'm ready to be grateful, I'm ready to love. I'm empty of anger, I'm empty of resentment. So this is after my coaching. After you dumped your truckload of drama, trauma, panorama, we had worked through it, we had talked about it ad nauseum. It's fine with me, I know what it's like. You really need to talk that shit out. Now you're empty of that. You don't feel like you want to go back there anymore. And now the stage is yours. The brand new canvas, and you start painting brand new. So getting familiar with this frequency of what it is you love, like going through your day and noticing, oh, I love this and I love that, and look at this whatever person in the street, they're wearing something lovely. If you see in the store something, even if you can't afford it right now, oh, that is so wonderful. I know one day I'll have it. If you hear somebody getting money, oh, that must be so cool. Like, even though you're really tempted to be jealous, don't be. Like, that is only a sign that you're on the right frequency. And that frequency is illustrating to you that others are receiving money and you're this close to receive your money also, okay? So it's more the discipline of continuing deliberately and with fucking discipline like a soldier to choose the stuff that really pleases you versus not. Because let me tell you something, darling loves, if you're paying attention only, and you're really paying attention, like with feeling, with emotion, with reactions. Sorry, Jake's here. Jake is the star without even being on camera. If you're really paying attention to the shitty things, to the bad things from the past, and and it's such a huge part of your vibration, perhaps, or even if it's not a huge part of your vibration, but it's still there and it comes up periodically. This is why it comes up, because you really need to work through it. If you're making a big deal, a larger deal about the things that you don't like versus the things that you really would prefer, those things will be dominant in your world. In other words, if the shit show no longer gets your attention, no longer gets your energy, you're home free. You're going to be on this trajectory to getting to this reality full time, 100% of the time. Like, it's like not crystals, pixels of this reality are going to kind of like focus and focus and focus in, and before you know it, it's all you know. It's only the pixels from that reality that you really prefer. Okay, I hope I answered that, Kyle. Thank you, Kat V, with your wrench. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say this. Kat V just recorded her first video. Okay, so first of all, those of you who have missed the live with Kat V, you need to go see it. It's not the previous one, the one before that. Okay, and the way to find her on YouTube is Katya's Oracle. Kat V, you have permission to share the link if you want to of your video in the comment section so people can like and subscribe. Okay, I said that, so I remembered. Sorry, my jacket today is not exactly comfortable, so I'm gonna hold my notes like this. Anyway, where was I? Okay, so I already said the frequencies. How do you jump realities? Okay, this is what I want to explain to people, everybody. Okay, this is how I jumped realities every single time when I was in a bind or in a difficult situation. You're welcome. So I know that it's difficult, but it requires delusion. And this is something you also get accustomed to when you keep manifesting, okay? When you realize your delusion is actually where everything comes from, the good kind of delusion or the not so good kind of delusion, you begin paying attention more to the delusion than the logical part of your mind. And myself being an artist, it's a little bit easier for me to do that. If you're not an artist, I understand that that's harder, but even if, there've been some artists in my coaching that found it difficult. Train that part of the brain with the idea of the parallel realities and that everything is present right here, right now. So the way that you jump these realities is by literally becoming slightly delusional towards everything that is going on right now. Not that you're completely like, I don't know what to do and da-da-da. I mean, naturally, you're aware of these things, but you're not taking the cue from these circumstances in order to create the next best thing. Meaning, this does not have anything to do with what's going on next. Okay? Right now, the situation is like this and like that. I don't prefer it. In fact, I fucking hate it, let's just say. Let's just take it all the way. As long as I react to it, I don't have permission to jump realities into a better reality. I need to completely disconnect with this reality and start imagining and being slightly delusional, like I said, and start creating the solution in your mind that would please you. It's like, what would make me happy right now? And the answer would be obviously the solution to the problem, right? So let's just say no money, I'd like to receive this amount of money. No SP, I want to hear from them, and this is what I want to hear. This is very tiny, by the way, okay? I keep telling you, SP is the easiest shit in the world. It's just you're making it hard in your mind because of your history, okay? So disconnecting from that reality and now coming up with a solution and now residing vibrationally in it, at the very least getting to know this reality. Wow, what would I feel like, right? So this is how Neville taught. What would I feel like if this was reality? What is this feeling? What is this reality? Reality is vibrational, on the frequency, like I already said. that would make me completely feel at peace right now and understand once and for all that everything is available to me. It's just like a piano with the keys. I get to press any key that I want whenever I want. All that I have to do is put my body in the vibration in line with this manifestation. So if I can't feel this reality, it's not coming to me. If I feel it, I just began the relationship between myself and that reality. Now, the thing that speeds up this process is if you're intense about it. Intense does not mean saying 10,000 affirmations. Intense does not mean you're unhealthily obsessed with this. Intense simply means you're able to hold this vibration on purpose regardless of anything that's going on. You're kind of like glued to this vibration. You're married to it. If you can be this disciplined, this is what intense means, being disciplined. You can manifest shit within a day. But this is the muscle. The mind is also a muscle. Your feelings is like, when an actor goes into a scene, they tap into their memories of emotions. This is how you create. This is how you manifest on cue. If you can go into that feeling on cue and stay there for a significant amount of time and completely commit and be like, I'm glued to this reality now. I'm married to this reality. This is just I prefer this. That's it. Doesn't matter how radical, how big of change it is. This is what I prefer. Period. The end. I don't need to explain it to anybody. I don't need to compare notes with anybody. I don't even care if it has never happened to you before. Maybe you never dared yourself to dream big. Okay, maybe you never understood this principle of parallel realities. I don't know. But the fact is, you don't have to compare notes with the past, with anybody, not even with yourself, just allowing yourself really be delusional and accept the possibility of this happening. And to such a degree that you're able to, and it can happen, like I said, pre-pavement, right? Can happen, let's just say, throughout the course of a week. And you want to manifest your SP's text or email or an apology or whatever. Again, provided you've done the work, let's just say in my coaching. If you're intense about it, you're disciplined with your mind, and you're coming from love, because you will naturally radiate this love frequency, okay, towards that event, because that would make you happy. Okay, let me just pause for a second and read some comments. Katya says, Katya's Oracle. Okay, YouTube won't let me add a link. Oh, okay. Well, there it is. You commented, so yeah, now they know the website. So there you go. I mean, sorry, channel. For me, those terms are interchangeable. Can you thumb up, everybody who's here, can you thumb up my video? I want as many people to get the message as possible. Okay, Zara says, hi, how can we get rid of subconscious resistance while manifesting? Sometimes it leads to severe anxiety. Well, this is just what I'm talking about, isn't it? It's for you to get through, to work through what it is you're struggling with right now. The anxiety is the aftermath of you suppressing something, not talking about it, not exposing it. That's just the short of it. So this junk, like imagine you have bad vibration that you're carrying around because of drama, trauma, panorama. It could be anger, it could be regret, it could be whatever. All these negative emotions. If you're not processing, if you're not making good with them, yeah, it's going to follow you around. And in a lot of cases it leads to anxiety because it's some kind of a discomfort that wasn't just processed and wasn't set into place. Okay. Oh, help me God pronouncing this name. Sri Ganesh Haran. Holy shit, bananas. I'm scared and fear of forgetting, recalling things fast, so I couldn't mingle with people. I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. I don't understand. Does anybody understand? I don't understand. Sorry. If you can explain. Mingle with people sounds like social anxiety, but I could be wrong. Okay, tell me more would be the answer. Okay, back to my notes. Oh. So how you jump realities again, you deliberately zero in on the potential that you can cross over into a completely different realities where new rules apply. Okay? Again, it doesn't matter how long it's been like it's been. A new reality has new rules, new situation. It's like a new job with a new boss, with a new everything. Except the boss is you, finally. Yara, hi, Anna, hi. Okay, back to my notes. Okay, the seeds are always there for your dream life. I already talked about that. So what are you entertaining more, the dream or the thing that you don't like right now and you're staring at it and it's like, well, this is what I have and that's the end of it. This is not the end of it. There's always parallel realities. In the process of creating this, I cannot stress this enough, and I know this will resonate with a lot of people. How you talk to yourself is so important. Because a lot of you, just not for nothing, really are so hard on yourself. Really, really, really. And you need to develop the skill of talking yourself up, even in your mind. You cannot be down on yourself. You're talking to God. You are God. And if you're finding fault with God, and you're constantly criticizing yourself, you're constantly finding fault with God, guess what's going to be? You're not going to be happy. You're not tapped into this new reality. Certainly not. First of all, would you talk like that to anybody else? Probably not. I mean, the stuff that comes out in my coaching, it's like, why would you say that to yourself? And I get it. There's history. There's all these unprocessed emotions and the fear and anxiety and blah, 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 blah. But on the surface, just realize this is a really harsh way of talking to yourself. And you don't deserve it. And this is something that I personally had to really learn, how to talk nicely to myself. For years and years, my mom was stuck in my fucking head. The way that she was talking to me, I could do no right by my mom, like zero. Okay, really, like horrible shit she would say to me. I mean, this is not about me here, meaning this is not my session because I don't need one anymore. But the very personal things that I don't want to share right now because you have your own shit already. That was absolutely fucking horrible. But that is one person's point of view. And it took me forever to get there because it's like, well, this is my mom. So if my mom thinks this about me, then how about the rest of the world? And so I took on this role unconsciously where my mom was stuck in my head and I thought that this was good advice. You know, these kinds of fucking bullshit things like you're horrible, you'll never succeed, be careful, this will fail, you're not good for anything, look at you, you're a loser, all these fucking things, you know, and much, much worse. I mean, I'm not gonna say here what she called me. Totally horrible, totally uncalled for. But you can imagine. It needs to be that you hang that up. You realize that this is a deranged person. Okay, first of all, somebody who talks like that to their child, if you can resonate. Kat V certainly can. She goes, feels so good to finally release her voice in my head. Yeah, man, yeah. Took me some time, but the awareness creates this like, fuck, I've been under a spell of another person. This has nothing to do with me. This is a person who is mentally unwell. This is a person who is cruel. This is a person who doesn't benefit me in any way. And I know it's very hard to get past, you know, for some people like, oh yeah, this is my family, this is my mother, this is my father, this is my so-and-so. Yeah, I used to think so too. But you know, at the end of the day, I think I deserve a good life. And if somebody is not coming along with me for the ride of appreciation and love and respect, too bad, so sad. I have better things to do with my life than talk to people who are negative. And so, especially when it's affecting you, when you're alone, and it's a real thing for people. They might not even realize it themselves, but it's like it's an automatic pilot, these thoughts. And so the awareness that this is a different person's bullshit, quite frankly, and you should give that bullshit back to this person, like 100%, so that you can live out your beautiful life. And this awareness of this is another person, this is their story. This is not my story. It does not have to be my story. Just because I was born from this person, like clearly I have nothing to do with them. Okay, for me, it was like super duper crystal clear. Since I can remember myself, I was just like, wow, I cannot wait to get older and like run the fuck away from her because the person's horrible. Sorry, one second. Katvi, people even said I looked so rested and like a burden was lifted once I pushed the mute button on her script. Yeah, yeah, that's profound. Her script in my head. Yeah, her script in my head. Right. It's a destination. If you continue listening to these voices, it's a destination to nowhere. It's a destination to where they are. And if you pay attention to who's talking and what their life is like now, you know, you can draw a lot of conclusions of like what awaits you if you continue talking to yourself like that. You can't allow that. You really need to be super fucking selfish and be like, no, motherfuckers, everybody, I don't care. This is my life. This is my life. Yeah, I'm going to have other lives after this, but this is just as important of a life. And I'm here now. My consciousness is focused here now. So fuck, man. I'm going to live my life by my rules, by my standards, not your standards, because clearly you don't have any fucking standards, okay? Anybody who's abusive and who's belittling and who's like downright affecting you negative, I mean, that's just abuse, okay? So you cannot continue the cycle of abuse towards yourself. Really, really, really. In whatever shape or form it takes. In my case, it was just like I couldn't do anything right. I was stupid. I was not pretty. You know, nothing's right with me. So I had a lot of building to do. And this is what you need to do for yourself. To start really appreciating every single little tiny thing you do right, every single thing you've done right, every single thing you want to create. You really need to be your biggest motherfucking fan. Why do you think I talk like that? Because I became my #1 biggest fan. I had no other fucking way to succeed in life because nobody was looking out for me, quite frankly. Hold on one second. Hit the like button, everybody. Yara says, yes, hit the like button. If you're learning anything on my channel, if this is beneficial to you, if this is inspiring you, if you're listening in, hit the thumbs up so that others can get, the algorithm can work so that they can come here and learn. Okay. Katvi, wait, big dog. Big dog. Greetings from the UK. Thank you. And I was just watching a video of fish and chips in UK. There's this really beautiful restaurant. Oh my God, if I can remember its name. I can't. Outside London with the best fish and chips. It's like Michelin star. And I was like, shit, I should go to London. Anyway, Katvi, side note here. I started glowing when I forgave her and gave her love. Yeah, that's the other thing. So let me just finish on talking to yourself. Really just understand this will become a habit once you implement it. Look how beautiful you are, you should say to yourself in the mirror. Look how nicely you dress. Look how beautifully you do your job. Look how look how you take care of things. Look how smart you are. Look how brilliant. Just fucking go to town. Talk yourself up. Talk yourself up. So important. Not just for your self-esteem, I mean, obviously for this, and for you to tell the truth to yourself. Because most of these things that people told you that were completely out of whack, they're not even true. It's just a projection of their own bullshit, like I said. And really, really treasure this habit of congratulating yourself and lifting yourself up, but not, you know, going the route that you've been going before. This only leads to catastrophic consequences like depression and this and that. Okay, hold on, going back to my notes. Oh, I was gonna say something else. Talking yourself up, that was something else and I forgot now. Being in love, and meaning not just in a romantic sense, okay, but in this frequency of appreciation for yourself especially, right, is playing this matrix game on another level. It just is. You're playing this game like a god, because you're on that vibration, in that vibration now, on that frequency, in that world where everything goes your way. Oh, this is what I was going to say. Not only for your self-esteem should you talk yourself up, but to send the message directly to the quantum field so that others can be appreciating you. Capiche? Write it down, put it on the fridge, put it in front of your, desk and this and that. Sending out the message that you want everybody to think of you, especially your SP. Okay, because let's face it, if you don't think of yourself highly, neither is your SP going to think highly of you. This is what I said in the last audio. Don't wait for the apology if you're not forgiving. Don't wait for them to come and say all the things you want them to say if you're not saying those things to yourself. You're playing this game alone, but that's how you play the game effortlessly. This is how you prepare the manifestations for you to then enjoy the ride. So it's worth every kind of like effort. Faith and love is the currency you can't fake, yet what buys you everything you want. So on that frequency of expectancy, faith is expectancy. You're always going to believe in something. What is it that you're believing in? So this is why opening up your horizons, which I try to do very much with my clients in coaching, opening up your horizons and really be dedicated to another vision, even though it doesn't seem plausible to you right now. But really arriving at this juncture of, I want to create something else. Is my light jumping or something? I just noticed it. Okay, not anymore. You're always believing in something. What is it that you're believing in? It's always going to be what it is that you're expecting. It's always going to be what it is that you're imagining. So you might as well feel and imagine what it is you really want. Now, again, it doesn't mean you get desperate about it. But if you're beginning to create the solution for yourself right now, you start with baby steps. And like I said, you shoehorn yourself into this world with appreciation, with love for those things that are easy to feel love for, and then on you go. And the more you tap into this reality, it sucks you in and it grows and grows and grows. Consistently, provided you're consistent also. And so on a dime then, you can jump realities just by feeling intensely this solution right here, right now. Abandoning the old world and deliberately just maybe even like zoom in, and for an hour and a half or maybe 2 hours, let's just say maybe an hour, you are totally fixated on the solution, but not in a way like, oh, please, 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 thanking for the solution and really being in it, like it already happened. What am I feeling right now? It already happened. I'm in this reality. This event, this version of a person is part of this reality. How am I feeling right now? That's acceptance of that reality. If you don't even begin to believe it, like I said, baby steps. So it's gradual, pre-pavement, and then, deliberately zeroing in on this specific solution, and then really driving it home all the way to manifestation, because you're pretending it's already here. And the universe is never going to prove you wrong. If you're thinking of something, it's going to go out of the way for you to be correct. It's going to part the seas, it's going to whatever, switch the sun and the moon. It's going to do anything you want and more. And it's always like when you tapping into this reality with the vibration of love and faith and trust towards the universe, that it wants the best for you, that it's not going to let you down, just like it didn't let you down before when you were zeroing in on the bullshit. it's not going to let you down now either. It's just a different world you're switching to. And if you're any one day can sit down and zero in on the feeling of love, appreciation, real appreciation, not forced, not desperate, just like, I'm so happy to be me. I'm so happy to be right here and right now. Not feeling the lack of anything, because everything is here and now. And any minute now, my solution will show up because I'm already feeling as a part of this reality. So I'm not lacking anything. I have everything. So this is the mental gymnastics that, and not only mental, but emotional gymnastics that you need to be able to do in order to jump to the new reality. And it will be so dissimilar from the one you're jumping from that it will be no doubt in your mind that something just shifted. This is how you collapse timelines. This is how you jump timelines. Because the previous world has nothing to do. In the previous world, listen, you don't want to be there. Either the shit show is going to continue or it's going to get worse. If you're not progressing, you're regressing. So you might as well train yourself to go up, 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 even incrementally, okay? Even if it takes you, I don't know, a month. Okay, and you could do, listen, but with my help, you could get there for sure. In a month, I will shift you, provided again you're open. You really need to be open. You cannot resist somebody's methods, and you cannot resist suggestions when somebody's trying to help you. I mean, that's just, counterproductive. You really need to believe that the universe does want good for you, but it's not going to argue with you either. If you're insisting on, things being the same way and you taking the cue from it and feeling a certain way, well, it's going to say to itself, well, I guess they're happy with this because they're not vibrating any other way. Everything we've been taught is wrong. It's like, oh, make me happy, somebody make me happy. No, darling, no. No, you make yourself happy. You make yourself the superstar of your life. And then everybody's going to catch up. Don't you worry. It happens. It's invisible, the internet's, the universe's internet, okay? It's invisible. It's like goes out into the ethers. You don't have to talk to anybody. You don't have to convince anybody. It's just going to come at your door. And you're going to be like, holy shit, bananas, this is miraculous. No, it's just the way the universe works and has worked so far. A random depressed guy. So funny. Okay. Says, help, please. That you have that username, dear random depressed guy, would be job one to correct, okay? Help, please. I am in love with a girl and she doesn't even notice me. I'm feeling worse every day. What do I say to her? I feel like I'm slowly dying inside. Oh la la. Okay, sorry. That, I think you need to rewind and watch this all over again. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing because it's funny. It's just, I just talked about this. Excuse me. You need to make yourself the priority, not the girl. That you feel this way. This is just the illustration of what I've just been talking about. If you feel this way, she's never going to notice you. Okay, you really need to be confident and feeling good. But this is, a tall order for somebody who says that they're really down. So you would have to, take it step by step. Again, if you don't understand what I said so far, you can come into my coaching or at least book a session. Try again. Can I manifest my celebrity crush? Yes, of course. To be in a relationship with me and commit to me. Yes, of course. Why not? Famous people are just people. Sorry. Of course. A random depressed guy said, thank you, have a nice day. What a polite guy. Yeah, all the best, but listen, go watch this live from the beginning, but also go watch my channel. There's a lot of goodies there. Okay, back to my notes, darlings. So I spoke about faith and love. And by the way, I think it was Bob Proctor who said, fear and faith both have you believe in something that you cannot see. Okay, so there you go. Okay, then I said, wrote, rather, adjusting to the timeline where from this day on, things will be happening very differently. This is something I experienced. Hi, Lista. Hi, Lista. Nice to see you. I made it late. Don't worry. You can rewatch. By the way, Lista is making beautiful things on her channel. Also, this is her channel. Go check it out. Go subscribe. It's also, I really love when people come out of my coaching and they start doing something that they really love. This is the frequency of love. Parenthesis here, big, huge parenthesis here. This is why I'm such a huge advocate for creating something that you really love doing. Okay, money comes that way, satisfaction, confidence, self-esteem, everything comes that way. Okay, so I really love, sorry, I gotta fix my hair here to look beautiful for you. Uh, this fucking piece of hair does not want to stay still. Okay. I love that people do that because you have no idea. Like, this is what really saved me from going back to my dysfunctional relationship when I was 29. Okay, 28 actually. It really saved me. I don't know how else to say it. I had a sniff of this reality, of this timeline where I can be successful and I can have, happiness, joy, self-esteem, confidence. Like, of course, I always wanted these things. Nobody was fucking there to help me to get there and nothing like that. I tried to look for a coach, but they all were kind of like fake and all that kind of stuff that you see now on the internet, wide open. Of course, I wanted all of this, but once I got a sniff of I can create anything, and for the artists of you out there and the non-artists alike, it just blew my mind. At some point, I was sitting down in the middle of the night creating my dresses and this and that. And I was like, think of how fucking fabulous life is. That I can sit here with a pencil and sketch a dress and then, putting together the strategy, how I'm going to put it together step by step, and you get there. And this is clearly the metaphor for manifestation. Because in the beginning, there was nothing. There was just imagination. So you just sketch from your imagination and hoopla, it comes alive, and here's the dress. Now that is like whoop-de fucking magnificence. Just like how amazing is this gift that you have from the universe, from God, however you want to call it. Yeah, right, I have to go. I'll watch later. Okay. Talha Yusuf. Wow, you're like last sunrise on the earth. What? The last sunrise. That's kind of apocalyptic. That love vibration saved me and took me to a higher ground in every department because it sucked me in. I was so enamored with the dresses and the fabrics and it was in heaven. It was just like, I was so addicted right away. And I knew this was my calling. I knew that this was going to completely revolutionize my life. And it fucking did. Because it felt so amazing. It felt so amazing. It felt amazing, amazing, amazing. So you do the same thing in your life where if you're not doing what you love to do, change it. If you're doing something that you love, money will follow, everything will follow. You don't need to worry about anything. Okay. Going back to, people talk about sunsets, Talha says, but the light comes with sunrise. That's why I called you the sunrise. Okay, thank you, I guess. I loved sewing. Yes. I love sewing. I don't get now a lot of time to sew because somebody else is doing all the sewing for me, my factory, but something about it like really magical. I don't know how to explain it to you. It's just completely mind-blowingly magical. The feeling of love will produce the things and versions of people for you to love. Okay, the feeling of anxiousness, the feeling of fear will continue producing fearful situations, people to fear, the way that they behave, etc., etc. So purposefully putting yourself in this frequency, so you jump the reality directly into which one you want to go. With your body alone, you can do that. With your body alone. Right now, right here, you can recall a really warm memory, maybe, where you felt safe, you felt protected, you felt loved, you felt cherished. And if you can't remember anything like that in your life, then something close to it, or just go directly into your imagination. And what would it be like for you to feel those emotions? The safety, the stability, the being loved and accepted by the universe, you can say. Okay, if nothing is happening like that on the outside with others, then maybe just go, I'm accepted with the universe, if nothing else, by the universe, if nothing else. The universe loves and adores me, and it accepts me, and it wants me to do good. This right here, everything I'm telling you right now, is exactly how I manifested everything. There's no woo-woo trick. Even the energy work that I teach has everything to do with how you feel. So nobody can feel for you, so nobody can create for you. So that's a really, really significant thing, because people are under the impression that if they read their script long enough, if they just affirm something long enough, suddenly like hoopla, oh, great job, you worked so hard, and here goes your manifestation. No way. No way. Whoever told you or gave you that idea, completely lunatic, okay? It really has to do with embarking on a bigger journey where this world includes not only your SP, not only your beautiful occupation, work, money, blue, blah, blue, blah, blue. It just includes you feeling happy, permanently so, okay? And if you don't feel happy right now, you need to investigate why. And that's as simple as that. And everybody has a story to tell in my coaching. Manifestations are not linear. So this is what I also want to say, and I already kind of touched on it. Just because it hasn't happened up until now does not mean it's not going to happen. You're just in the wrong frequency. You're in the wrong world. And the manifestations are not linear, because at any point you can switch your vibration and end up in a different kind of world. And then what? And you know something else, what's really spooky is that once you end up in this different world, you can rearrange certain things that are to your benefit. You can make things disappear. You can rearrange certain things. Like I'm going, like deliberately, I'm jumping into this world where my SP is like this and like that, has never been any other way. Where I make this kind of money, have never been any other way. Because in that world, that's the way it is. And so there is no logic. If you're looking for logic, there's no fucking logic. If you can feel in and tap in into this frequency where you're making that money, you have your SP, and you're so in love with life, like nobody can sway you. Nobody, no matter what they say, no, this is how strong you are, this is how disciplined, this is how on purpose you are. You will have your manifestation many times over. But the consistency, consistently showing up for yourself in this way, this is the work that you do. Your focus, your consciousness, deliberate selection of thoughts to allow into your beautiful head, into your beautiful mind, and then project them out on the screen of space. Just not even paying attention. You know how kind of snobbish I've become with all of this? It's like if somebody's telling me something I don't want to hear, I tune out just automatically. If somebody's showing me something I don't want to see, I'm like, I'm not looking. I'm not polluting my mind with other people's bullshit. Like they can say whatever, they can do whatever, but I'm conducting another show. If you're this deliberate, if you're this strict and disciplined with it, you will definitely get this manifestation, irregardless of what else, is going on outside. And people will say, oh my God, how did you do it? Well, I could teach you, but I have to charge. Sorry. My tea went into my nose. Oh. Anyway, moving on. Shit, it's already an hour. How to know if you're off track? You're not going after the things you really want. That's it. You're not doing it correctly when you're not in the reality that you want to be in. If you're still occupied with the drama, trauma, panorama, you're not on track. Period, the end. If you're not taking action, inspired, action or action to demonstrate faith to the universe, that you're in this world, that that you've shifted realities and this is why you're acting on it. That's the ultimate faith in my book, and it works every single time. You will remain in the same reality. What can I say? If you want to be in the world that you want to live out, you have to authentically love what you're doing, who you're with, how you think, what you're eating, how you look, what you wear. This is completely your story. You get to redesign it front, back, and center. At no point are you a victim of your creation. That is completely, it's a delusion. And we've all been there. I've been there myself, but I want to tell you, it's like you can shorten the time of the drama, trauma, panorama in your life when you start being responsible and accountable for the things that you've created and learning something from it. And that will really eradicate any kind of like holding on the grudge or anything like that. There are no victims here. You designed this reality unconsciously, but now you're designing it in a different way. This is also another very important thing. Things you're lukewarm about never come true. They only come true if you love them and have no resistance toward them. In other words, if you're wishy-washy about your SP, if you cannot offer the emotional charge that would represent this SPs the way that you want them, that would represent that they're here, that would represent that you're happy now, that you're satisfied, don't wait for it to answer you back with the manifestation that you would prefer. You need to be on board with that manifestation and fuel that manifestation with your energy. And the energy of love is the one that activates this manifestation the fastest. Okay? If you lukewarm about it, it's like, how can you animate any kind of vision, any kind of creation with lukewarm? Don't worry, I'll wait. And, the worst case scenario, of course, could be that you're afraid of something, you're anxious about something. That is manifestation into the other direction. You're regressing. So paying attention to this and really being accountable for, like, I'm creating it with my energy. I'm creating it with my choices of what I'm fueling. If I'm fueling my world with anxiety, more anxiety will come, more anxious things will come, just like I already said. So you have to be on board with your manifestation emotionally. If you can't do that for the time being, don't be surprised when nothing happens. You need to work yourself emotionally into accepting this manifestation as yours. These are the words that, again, you need to put on the fridge, put on your desk, wherever you frequent the most. Love is the silent influence that you have over anything and anyone. True story. This is completely like another level of manifestation technique, if you will. If you just sit in love and you're directing yourself with love and you're thinking of what you love and you're thinking of the people and the versions that you want to see with love, that's all you will see in your reality. Now, certain people are unlovable, okay? Certain characters, they've just done too much shit to you. Throw that out, forgive them, throw that out of your mind, move on. But if you want to change your SP for the better, to have them say something to you, to have them, whatever, apologize, you need to be in the reality where this is already happening. Okay? And so fueling yourself, excuse me, with this emotion of, wow, I just experienced it, and silently, just silently influencing at a distance, maybe even your SP or whatever needs to happen with the power of your love. It's just like something goes out of your body, comes out of your physical being, and goes into the quantum field to return with the manifestation. So if nothing else, just pay attention to what kind of emotions, what kind of feelings are you throwing out, and the equation will be exact, completely exact. Okay, Anna says, can we change circumstances? Yes, of course. Yes, that's what I've been talking about. Let yourself have the best, the highest, let it blow your mind. So remember, there's no logic here. Everything is up for grabs. Like, you can have whatever reality you will. I mean, just describe it and it's yours. But for me personally, it's a little bit boring to create something that is kind of like, well, yeah, that was probable and I could have seen that coming. I'm more for the manifestations of like, let me blow my motherfucking mind. Let me create such a difference that it's literally going to be no question whatsoever that I am the creator of my reality, and I have my fingerprint on it. That's what I'm after. I don't know what you're after, but for me, everything that I've learned about manifestation is to gear, towards creating change overnight if I wanted to. And again, I have to stress, because, sometimes people don't pay attention. It has to be that you've already cleansed yourself from mama drama panorama. The vibration of the past is not going to let you create anything new. You need to shed that skin. And the last thing I want to say, and then I'll open up for questions. Hold on one sec. I actually had way more notes, but I'm not going to have time to discuss everything. Are you going to let your fears and demons rule the rest of your life? And here's the thing. A lot of you really have been living a certain kind of situation for a long time. It's like brand new day, same shit over and over again. At some point, I feel like you should get mad. You should get angry and be like, listen, I've had enough of this. I'm going to go with my dream life just because I fucking want to, and nobody's going to stop me. And nobody can stop you. It's all in your mind that somebody's stopping you anyway. It's the ideas that are stopping you. Okay? You really need to be ballsy and fucking obnoxiously dedicated to your dreams, where it's like, God damn it, those demons and fears, they're not gonna stop me. They're testing me. They're only existing because of my energetic involvement with them. Parenthesis here. I'm feeding them the fuel to exist. They're going to convince you that you're powerless. But it's actually, even your fear is projecting onto you. They're powerless without you. That also took me, a couple of years to realize in my early 30s, where it's like, if I don't fuel this fear or this anxiety, it disappears. It's a ghost, okay? It doesn't fucking exist if you don't want it to exist. So you realize how much power you have, that even the demons and the fears and insecurities, you continue to create them by giving them energy. Whereas you take that fucking energy and invest it wisely, like you would in the stock market or whatever, bonds and this and that, where it will create amazing dividends. And that is, what would I want to think? What would I want to believe? What would I want to say that's going to produce an amazing outcome? And again, it doesn't have to be believable right here, right now. Just entertain. Like, some of the most powerful things that I've created, I've just said it under my breath, almost as a joke. But having no resistance towards it, it came true like 1, 2, 3. Like a little too fast, I gotta say. So you see, as long as you have no resistance, you need to come to this point where I am so zeroed in on this idea that everything's going my way. I am so zeroed in on the idea that I'm having a good time in this, reality of mine, in this life of mine, in this creation of mine, that I'm going to really just to make it a point to love my life, to love myself, to believe that the things that I want to believe. And when something comes my way, even if it's in my mind and tries to attack me, I have to understand that I need to take the power away from that something, because I've made the decision that the universe is for me. Therefore, this fear or demon is being insubordinate. True story. Woohoo. Okay, questions, anybody? Sorry, I'm thirsty. Ooh. Any questions? All right. Well, I've covered it. I kind of like feel like I ran a marathon with my notes, but I really, really wanted to make sure I fit everything in this time. Remember, you're always in between realities. If you're picking a reality that vibrates with love, you cannot go wrong. And you can start with small things and really amass this vibration by prepaving it towards the manifestation that you really want. It's not that hard. It's a matter of practice, matter of exercising your mind and your feelings. It's a matter of practice. Okay, Misty Taurus. What do I do when my BFF keeps telling me I'm tripping? Okay. I'm going to disregard this question. What kind of question is that? Seriously. Do you want to answer your own question? Is it possible to stop negativity immediately? Yes, it is. Just like I just described. In a second, you can listen. You choose the reality by tapping into what you want, the solution. You describe it. You feel into it. And then whether you make a declaration out loud or you write it down or you make a prayer, whatever your process is, you deliberately, consciously say, I'm jumping into this reality right now. And then insofar as you're acting on this reality and you continue to feel this reality, the universe has no choice but to oblige. You got to understand this. The universe does not say no. It always says yes. What is it you're feeding the universe is another fucking story. Oh, Misty. When she tells me to stop being delusional and move on. Okay, that's more kind of like proper English, I would say. You can tell her to shut up. I'm sorry. Oh, so true. Why do you owe her an answer anyway? You could do whatever you want. You could, I disconnected from a lot of people. Sorry, 1 second. My makeup is melting. I disconnected from a lot of people who spoke to me this way. Oh, you're delusional, or you're da-da-da. Especially like when my first company was created, and I was so happy. I was ecstatic. It was the most money I've ever made. And I was on the verge of creating another company, and then I got involved into patents and this and that. And one time, this friend of mine, used to be a friend of mine, came over. And by the way, also made a lot of money, that guy, and this and that, but it doesn't matter, I guess. They were so used to seeing me miserable that this kind of was alarming to them, that I was happy. Like, I mean happy, ecstatic. I was so happy to find this correlation between I'm imagining and I'm creating. It was so obvious in my life, at that point, and it was a newfound freedom. I don't know how else to say it. And this guy literally told me what your friend Misty told you. He didn't say you're tripping. He said your mind is spinning or something. You're not well or something like that. And I was like, this was the last time I ever spoke to that person. I'm like, no, this has got to go. The wealthy witch. When you jump into a reality, do you maintain staying in it by matching the frequency? If so, how do you develop the same frequency as your desired reality? It's so simple. I just said that. Okay, one more time. It's really, really simple. And listen, guys, I don't mean to be blasé. You got to understand, I've had years of practice in this. So if I sound like a little bit blasé, please forgive me. I've just done it so many different ways. I understand not everybody's so advanced, but to me, it's like so easy right now. Sometimes I skip over points, maybe, but I try to do my best to explain. When you're choosing the reality, when you're choosing the description of this person, or the description of your business, or whatever it is, when you're choosing a reality, and you can write it out, right? And I can teach you how to script in my coaching if you want to, how to professionally script. Okay, there's a certain energy that comes with this description. It makes you feel a certain way. And then on top of it, you have to layer it with, I wrote it down, and this is an actual reality that a knowing has to come through. Like, I'm describing a parallel reality. This is not a dream, woo-woo bullshit. This is real, okay? This exists somewhere. So now that I've accepted this is real, how does it make me feel? Like, another version of you is in that reality already living this out, okay? So this frequency then comes over you every time you read it, or you just think of that script that you are kind of like, that you composed. The energy is like, it could vibrate that energy, that piece of paper, okay? That's how you become familiar, more and more familiar. And then when you tapping into that frequency, right? I mean, there's things that you will write that will feel a certain way, right? I don't know how else to say it. But it's a certain type of frequency that will only, how can I say, you will only know what it feels like to you. Like, now I can describe to you what it feels like for me to receive money, right? And maybe I'll succeed and maybe I won't at describing how it feels to me to describe money. What's most important though, what's more important though, is for you to know on cue what it feels like to receive money. It's a very simplistic example. When you add more details, that fills in the gaps between, kind of like, well, you're describing it so well, then it makes it more real. And so the more real it becomes in your mind, the more vibration, the more energy it catches. And so now it's literally like a tangible world out there somewhere. It's not visible to you yet, no. But the more you're engaging vibrationally with it, the more, listen, things start showing up in your life that are totally 100% from your script. And so oh, I'm in this world. The universe will confirm to you, like, oh, you're in this world, happy landing. Kind of like if you went to the airport, like, let's just say you're going from New York to Paris or something, and you come out in Charles de Gaulle, and here you are. Everybody speaks French. So this is your sign that you're in Paris. Well, something will happen in your reality, and you will understand, oh yeah, shit, that was from my script. I'm in my reality, in this new reality. Does this answer your question? Oh, I'm so thirsty. Anybody else? I'm gonna go 10 more minutes. That's it. Otherwise, it's gonna be too long. Wealthy Witch says, yes, well said, thank you. All right. You're welcome. Okay, I've answered Anna. I've answered Misty. All right. I look like the sunrise. That was funny. To be in a... Okay. Oh, with the celebrities, by the way. When the question about manifesting a celebrity crush, I never had the inclination to manifest that. But I did have the inclination to manifest some people as my clients. So it's the same deal as with real people. I mean, it's the same deal. I think it goes like this. When your confidence skyrockets, you don't have questions like, oh, is this person going to be above me if it's a celebrity or if it's somebody, wealthier than me and this and that. It doesn't matter. It's just a person. So how things get here is not by, you know, this is more difficult, this is easier. It's just accept it. Yeah, I accept that I can attract a celebrity crush. We're gonna fall madly in love and it's just a person and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't it's not a matter of this is harder and this is easier. It's just how do things get here with my decision. If it's my decision that I want to attract somebody as a famous or a celebrity to interact with, to have a relationship with, this absolutely can come true if I accept it. And if my confidence is high, then I accept it easier. So this is, for you to work out. Misty says, thank you very much. Yes, listen, anybody else tells you what to do with your life, you should tell them where to go. All right. So no more questions, right? Thank you very much for showing up, everybody. Really love the vibe today. And as usual, if you have any questions, about my coaching, etc., if you want to submit your review, you can email me for all those things. And if you also want to come on live with me and discuss, I don't know, what you've been up to due to what you learned on my channel, etc., I love receiving your emails. It's not that, but I want to read those emails. And so send me what you want me to share or come on and talk about it. And I have no problem with you promoting your business. Absolutely not. You can do that here as well. And I mentioned about Katvi. I mentioned about coaching for coaches. All the information is below. Thank you so much. Until next time. Ciao, ciao. And thank you, Katvi. Special thank you to Katvi. Ciao, ciao. Bye.